Hey, 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 hey. Today's podcast, I'm simply gonna just I'm not venting. I just want to kind of drop some knowledge today. I want to make people think. I think it's important that we take note of what's really happening to us on a daily basis. I mean, you are in control of every aspect of your life, or you should be. From healing, relationships, noticing the inevitable. We should pay more attention to how we work, how our bodies work, how our minds work. We should pay more attention to what's happening around us. I mean, have you ever noticed when you're feeling good, you never think about your feet? I mean, have you ever noticed the foot is forgotten? Now, that's an analogy that I'm using to kind of make you think. If you never think about your feet because you're feeling good, hell, some people don't even think about their feet when they're sick. So, can you imagine? You never think about your feet like you do things that are insignificant. The reason I say that, I'm basically using it as an analogy. Every human being needs mineral, nutrients, and trace elements. Now, and that's just to heal all your health challenges. I don't think there's anyone on this planet that's going to tell you that. Every human being needs, I call them MNTs, mineral, nutrients, and trace elements, that will actually assist the body in the healing all health challenges. If I can get you to see the importance of that, I think you stand a better chance of looking better, feeling better, because there is no manual on how to feel good. You know, we're winging it every day, but when you look around you and see all the different ailments, health challenges, you know, are you waiting to experience that, or would you like not to ever experience a health challenge? Nobody addresses how not to ever experience a health challenge. Now, living on this planet, I think you can see that the world has changed from way back when to a society that is simply about making money. It's not about righteousness. It's not about justice. It's not about health. It's about money. And if you don't change the way you think, you welcome being a victim out of ignorance. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm basically saying, look, if you don't recognize what's happening in front of you, and everybody is in their own world, you know, I don't care. Try this. Just when you're out and about, look at someone and imagine what they're thinking. You can't because they're in their own world. We all live in our own worlds, and we we exist according to what we know or don't know. If you don't know something, then you're not less of a human being. You're just lacking more. The less you know, the more you lack. Ooh, I like that. The less you know, the more you lack. Think about it. The foot is forgotten when everything is good. You will only notice your feet when there's something wrong with it. Most people don't even wash their feet. I say that to say there are things happening around you that if you do not, you know, take inventory, if you do not change the way you think, if you do not stop and start thinking, your world is changing right before you as I speak. The real question is, have you noticed it? If you've noticed your world is changing, what have you done to compensate to offset that change? What have you done to have the best outcome? Mental clarity, a healing, a physical. How do I say it? Uh, Physical. What's a good word? What am I looking for? To feel better. A physical clarity, physical understanding. What does it take to get you healthy and stay healthy? What does it take to never be sick? There's an old saying: prevention is better than remedy or cure. Prevention is better than remedy or cure. I don't profess to know anything. I'm constantly seeking knowledge about me, about how to have how to be the best version of myself, how to heal, how not to ever be sick. I think in today's society, that's kind of hard. So, have you ever noticed how often you think about your feet? Then imagine if you don't notice that the foot is forgotten. What else in your life is forgotten? What aren't you doing to be the best version of yourself? How could you become the best version of yourself? To me, the best answer I would say is knowledge, information. Never. I remember when I was a teenager and I was delivering pizzas for Domino's, and I went to this really rich guy's house with a pizza, and I noticed, he was living quite well, and so I asked him. I posed a question. I said, if there was if there was anything that you could tell me how to better myself, what would you tell me? And I'm African American guy, and this is a white guy, very rich, and he reaches his hand in his pocket and he's counting his money for the pizza, and he looks down, then he looks back up, and he says, "Never stop getting educated." It took me 10 years to get what he meant. Never stop be, never stop getting educated. If you're not progressing, you're regressing. If you're not progressing, you're regressing. If you don't take the time to start learning, not only is this life going to treat you bad, but you will continue to be without. You will continue to suffer. You will continue to be a part of the norm. To not be a part of the norm is to elevate the mind. When you elevate the mind, you elevate everything else. The foot becomes aware when you elevate the mind. Every part of your aspect. Have you noticed that you can't see any of your internal organs? You do not know what any of your internal organs look like. You don't know what's growing inside of you right now. You have no idea how bad you off on the inside because you never give thought to what you look like on the inside until you feel bad. That is called too late. The purpose of this conversation or this talk was to kind of make you stop and think. You have to take note of who and what you are, what makes you tick, what works for you. Did you know your DNA has a requirement? Your deoxyribonucleic acid, that's that chain, that's that genetic code. Did you know it has a requirement that can only be fed from nature? Let me say that again because I don't think y'all heard me. Your DNA is looking for specifics. And when you give your DNA those specifics, the body, the doctor inside of the body wakes up and does everything you need doing so that you don't ever have to suffer. When the last time someone told you that? When the last time you have been educated to the extent of knowing that you never stop and think about what's most important when it comes to just you? Forget somebody else. If you're not thinking about what's important to you, how are you going to think about what's important to somebody else? You're constantly dying because you give it no thought. And I don't think there's such a thing as overthinking it when it comes to your health. I don't believe that. I believe look, if you don't think about your health, who's going to do that? No one's going to put you before themselves. So your inner organs have a requirement. Your genetic code has a requirement. Your body has a requirement. MNTs are the requirement for the human body. Mineral, nutrients, and trace elements. No such thing as vitamins. No such thing as pharmaceutical drugs. Anything man makes is on the outside of the spectrum of your DNA. Anything that man concocts, he, man didn't make man. Why would you think that I, a man, can prescribe something for you that will heal your body the way your body was designed, from the way your body was designed? If in fact your body needs mineral, nutrients, and trace elements, and I, a man, can't make mineral, nutrients, and trace elements, I can make a synthetic form of them. But remember, the body is so much more clever than we are. The intricacies, oh my God, everything that makes the body, man can't duplicate 100%. And I know you know this. I'm not making this up. So since your body has a requirement, if you don't meet that requirement, you are going to suffer. And every time you put in your body what man gives you or what man makes, you're slowing down the body's ability to heal itself when you do that. The largest maker of vitamins are Pfizer and Bayer. Those are pharmaceutical companies. Take note of who and what you are, from your foot to the longest hair on your head. Find out what makes you tick. Find out about you. Find out how to heal. There are so many books where doctors actually tell the truth in their books. It'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind when you learn some of the things that's written. They can't say it in video, but they can definitely say it in writing. And I've found some of the best wisdom in books written by doctors because they can tell the truth there. They can't get in trouble for telling the truth there. They can't lose their practice for telling the truth there. But even doctors are changing and going to herbs now because they realize there's a requirement that the body needs and you can only get it from herbs. This talk wasn't, to talk down on anybody. This talk wasn't to, bore you. This talk was to actually see if I can reach you, you know, because I have a desire to help. But you can only help those who desire to be helped. And my name is Forrest Gump. Uh, my phone number is 888-619-4372. Website is herbsoftheforest.com. You can reach out, you can chat, you can talk, you can even come on my show because I love enlightenment, I love wisdom, I love knowledge, and that's what this show is about. You know, asking the right questions, getting the right answers, and just helping people to really get to where they want to be. And I think everyone who stops and listens to this conversation, I think you're trying to, feel better, look better, smell better, and taste better. So with that thought in mind, you know, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay. Thanks for listening. Until next time, peace.